Okay, so let's get started then. Just sat here, legs out in front. And then we're just going to start by pushing toes away, pulling them towards us, so you feel that stretch through the calves. So push away, come back, push away, come back. Okay, keep going. Let's do 3 more in total. 1, 2, 3. Okay, and then we're going to go side to side, so windscreen wipers, movement coming from the ankle. If you're finding it hard to stop your knees, hold them there with your hands. Side by side there, side to side there, sorry. Okay, good. And then from there then, for 10 total, we're going to bring that knee in, alternate knees, squeeze them in towards the chest. Okay. Great. And from there, hands back behind, bring heels up, ankles and knees together, and we're just going to gently just rock from side to side, starting off with a small range and then increasing the range as we get a little bit warmer and more comfortable into the movement. Okay, a couple more. And then we're going to take our feet wide, so if you're on a mat, about as wide as the mat, and we're just going to continue that movement with the feet wide. Okay, good. Okay, from there, this is a new one, so have a little watch first. So we're going to go onto our back, flat, with our feet like this. We're going to get our right leg over the knee, so it's as if you're doing like a glute stretch. And from there then, we're just going to start rocking from side to side with the aim of this foot getting flat onto the floor with our shoulders still flat on the floor behind us. So starting again. Hook that foot over onto the knee, keep those shoulders flat against the floor, and then just start rocking from side to side. The most important thing is the shoulders stay flat, so don't let them come off the floor to get more range. The range will come in time as mobility improves. So we're rocking from side to side, with the ultimate aim being to get that foot flat to the floor. If you can get that foot flat to the floor, then feel free to sit there with it flat on the floor, just stretching that glute out. If you can't get there yet, that's fine. Just keep going from side to side. Alright, couple more, then we're going to change sides. Okay, let's change sides. So we're going to get that left leg over the knee. I'll come from the side here so it's a bit clearer this time. And then just start rocking from side to side, keeping those your back flat. Again, it might be tighter on one side than the other. And then eventually, if you can get that foot down to the floor, sit in that stretched position. Okay, if you're rocking, keep going. Alright, excellent. And then from there, we're going to return both feet down to the floor. And we're going to come up into a glute bridge for 30 seconds. Ready to go? 3, 2, 1. And we're going to hold there. Okay, over halfway. 5, 3, 2, 1. Okay. This time we're going to do the same movement, but we're going to stretch our arms over behind us, fingernails touching the floor. We're going to push up into that glute bridge and we're going to hold for 3 breaths. So we're in the glute bridge, shoulders are on the floor, fingertips, fingernails stretching out behind us, and we're going to go down and we're going to go back up again for 3 breaths. So get ready and up, 3 deep breaths. Good, and we're going to go one more time. Remember to push those hands nice and long so we get a stretch out the back and the shoulders, okay? Ready to go then? Stretching, 3 breaths. Okay, great. And then let's come back over onto hands and knees. Give that back a bit of mobility, then we'll move on. Okay, so from here, the standard one, we're going to go for 5 on each side, looking and pointing towards the ceiling with a little pause up here, and then down and with a little pause down here. So pausing at the top position and at the bottom position. Once you've done your 5, change sides. Okay, excellent. And then from there, we're going to come into our cat-cows. So we're going to go for 10 in total here. So pushing back up into the ceiling, looking down towards the knees, then breathe out, drive belly button down towards the floor, and look forwards. So we're going to go for 10. Okay, a couple more. Okay, great. And then finally, for this little bit here, another new one. So we're going to come down to the floor, laying prone. We're going to have our hands out in front of us here. They're going to come round. As they get to about 90 degrees, we're going to turn so the palms face upwards. They're going to meet at your lower back, one hand on top of the other. We're going to start pushing them together as high up your back as you can. Once you reach the highest point, we're then just going to try and touch the floor with our elbows. Alright, so let's start that one. So arms out in front, coming round. When we get to 90 degrees, flip the palms so they're facing upwards. Keep going round, let them meet. One hand on top of the other, palms facing up. Start pushing up your back. You might not be able to get far. When you get as far as you can, just try and touch those elbows to the floor or towards the floor. Up again and back out. So let's work through that movement a few more times. Okay, one more. Okay, great. And back up, take a little break, grab a drink, then we'll move on. Okay, so we're going to come down to hands and knees this time, again. And what we're going to do is we're going to have those feet flat on the floor behind us, so the top of your foot's flat against the floor, not curled. From there then, we're going to stretch our right leg, or whichever one suits wherever you are in your room. Right leg out, and we're just going to rock backwards and forwards with that leg stretched out. Okay, 2 more. Then we're going to change sides. Okay, 2 more. Okay, great. And now we're going to move into a bit of a flow, so we've got to pay a bit of attention to get the hang of this one. So, it's like the 1990s that we've done before. What we're going to do, and I'll have to move from side to side because I can't quite fit the whole thing into the camera frame. So we're going to come over onto our 1990 here. We're going to go over that front knee like we do, and if we can, we're going to raise that foot off the floor and down again. So knee stays on the floor, foot comes up. As we come back into the middle, here, we're going to put our hands behind us, with the fingertips pointing away from us, and we're just going to push back with bum off the floor, just sitting in that L position, back into the middle again, then over into that 90-90, lifting the foot off the floor, hands behind, sit yourself back, forwards again. Alright? So if we start that together, let's go over onto a 90-90. Lift that foot off the floor, keeping the knee on the floor, down again, back, sitting up, hands behind us, fingertips pointing away from us. We're going to sit back into that L position, forwards, and then over again. You might take a bit of getting hang of where to put your hands on that sitting back position. You'll feel it in your core. Okay, good, and let's work through a few of these. Okay, 2 more in total. Okay, 1 more. Alright, great. It's a nice one there. Okay, and whilst we're on the theme of the glutes, we're going to come forward into that 90-90 position that we've been doing for a lot of weeks now. So here, we're going to lean over that front leg and we're going to hold for a minute on each side. We're going to start that in about 7 seconds, okay? So, 3, 2, 1. Leaning over that front knee. We're going to be here for a minute. Okay, as you get a bit more comfortable into it, sit a bit deeper. Okay, 15 seconds to go. Let's sit a bit deeper into this stretch. Let's make the most of being here. 10 seconds. 2, 1. Okay, gently come up. We're going to switch sides and we're going to do the same on the other side. Okay, getting ready to go in 2, 1. Let's go. Leaning over that front leg. Okay, once you get a little comfortable, sit deeper over it. Okay, not long left now. Okay, 5 seconds. 2, 1. Okay, and rest. From there, we're going to come back down to lying prone, and we're just going to go through that circuit one more time. So, lying prone here, we're going to put our hands down in front of us, we're going to bring them round. As they get to a crucifix of 90 degrees, flip the palms so they're facing up, bring them together, squeeze up the back, elbows down, and up again. We're going to do 3 of these. Last one. Okay, good. From there, because I missed it out, we're going to come back to hands and knees. Rear feet flat on the floor, top of the foot flat on the floor. We're going to stretch that right leg out and we're just going to rock them. But let's try and get a bit more range this time. We're going to do 6 in total. Okay, once you've done your 6, change sides. Okay, that's great. And then from there, we're going to go back into those 90-90s. So, coming over onto the other side, lifting that foot into the middle, scoot yourself back into a little L sit, and then over. Okay, let's go for 2 more of these, and we'll move into some stretching to finish off the session. Okay, great. Grab a drink if you want one. We'll move on to stretching quads first. Okay, so we're just going to start off just with a nice standing quad stretch. We're going to go straight in with a minute on this first leg. We're going to start that in about 10 seconds. So just a standing quad stretch, okay? So ready to go then. 4, 3, 2, 1. Lock those knees in together. Push those hips forward. Alright, good. Keep the tension on so it doesn't get too easy. Okay, good. Pull a little bit more. Uncomfortable but not painful. That's 30 seconds gone now. Ten seconds left. 3, 2, 1. Okay, shake that one out. Okay, we're going to start the other leg in about 5 seconds, okay? 3, 2, 1. Other side, you can do another minute on here. Okay, coming up on halfway. Testing the balance to the max this morning. Okay, 15 seconds left. Then we're going to go into a different quad stretch. Ooh, we're going to do a minute on those as well. No messing about this morning. Okay, 5, 3, 2, 1. Okay, the next one. So we're going to come down to the floor, sat like this, and then we're going to bring the leg that we want to stretch I'll just get sideways slightly, is going to be in this position here. So if you imagine standing, doing a standing quad stretch, effectively the floor is being your hand that's pulling the foot up. And then from there, you're just going to lean yourself back on your hands until you get onto that good stretch and lock in. So the stretch could be here, it could be with your elbows down on the floor, or if you're super flexible, which I'm not feeling this morning, your back down on the floor, okay? We're going to do a minute in that position. So we're going to start in 2, 1, okay? So get into whatever position you can. And you can still push your hips up to help intensify that stretch. Remember to try and relax your muscles. Because this is such a relaxing position to be in, you know. Sometimes if you're struggling to feel the stretch, then you can just twist slightly over to the left side when you're stretching the right, and you will be able to feel it a little bit better sometimes. Okay, almost there now. 15 seconds. Three, 2, 1, and gently release that stretch. Oh. Oh. That's an uncomfortable one. We're going to start the other leg. We're going to do that in 20 seconds, alright? So we'll have a little break before we go again. So what I was saying about twisting, is say I've got my left leg behind me here. If you can't feel the stretch, sometimes if you get the arm that's on the same side as the stretching leg and twist over, you can feel a deeper stretch in here. Okay. Alright, let's get ready. 3, 2, 1. Let's get back into that stretch position. We've got a minute here. It's like when people say, oh, stretching is easy, you can just sit and relax and do it when you're watching the TV in the evening. But yeah, this feels like a very relaxing position to watch telly in after a long day of work. Okay, 15 seconds to go. 10. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and rest. Oh, okay, good stuff. Right, from there, for 8 reps total, let's just pull those knees into the chest. Okay, lovely. We're going to move on to hamstrings. So let's do one at a time today. We're going to lock that right hip foot up into the top of the left leg. You know the one. And from there then, we're going to go for 45 seconds in this position here. We're going to start that in about 10 seconds, okay? So get yourself comfortable. Starting that then in 3, 2, 1. Reaching forward, whether that be shin, ankle, toe. Most importantly, relax that knee on the straight leg if you can. As soon as you relax that, you'll notice you do get a better stretch. It might well tense up again. Just try and be aware of it. Okay, try and push that hand a bit further towards the toe or the ankle, wherever you are. Okay, 5 seconds. 2, 1. We're going to switch on to the other leg. Get into that position. Ready to go then in about 5 seconds. 3, 2, 1. Remember, relax that knee and pushing that hand towards wherever you can get to, and a little bit further if you can. Push a bit further. 10 seconds left. 5, 3, 2, 1. Okay, the hamstrings aren't finished yet. We're going to go both legs out in front and we're going to stretch them both at the same time. This time we're going to go for the full minute. So you can either have your hands in front of you here, or you can be holding on to toes or ankles or shins here. Alright, let's get ready. We're going to start in 5 seconds. 3, 2, 1. Okay, in for the big stretch for the hamstrings then. Alright, good. Relax those knees. Alright, about 20 seconds left. Ten, 3, 2, 1. Gently relax that stretch. Excellent stuff. Okay, we're going to come up into a half kneeling position, so one leg out. The rear foot is flat on the floor, so like that, not like that, like this. And then we're just going to work through then, pushing forwards through the hips. Once you've been there for a couple of breaths, just come backwards, hands to the floor if you need to, straighten the front leg, sit back onto the rear foot, and just work through that at your own pace. If one particular spot feels a bit tighter, sit there for a bit longer. If you want to intensify that stretch coming through here, get your arm up above your head, push forward, chest up. Okay, let's do 3 more on this side, then we'll go in and do about 6 or so on the other side. Okay, so it's probably about time to switch over. Okay, great stuff. From there, just to finish off, when you're ready, we're just going to come down to the floor, grab your knees, we're just going to rock on the spot there. And then, once we've done 2 more of those, we're going to lay down flat on the floor, make yourself as long as you can, clench your fists, and you're going to stretch out as long as you can, squeeze all the muscles in your body, glutes, quads especially, and hold, squeezing and making yourself as long as possible for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, relax. We're going to go again, so we're clenching every muscle, clenching our fists, making ourselves as long as possible. Get ready, so we're starting for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and then we're going to go one more time. So ready to go then. 3, 2, 1, let's go. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, there we go.